Hello. This is the first video I'm posting with my new microphone. Do I sound deep enough? Oh, that's right. I have left the USB era. Introducing the AT2020, this brand new brilliant technology called an XLR microphone. Wow. Anyway, so what I'm going to do today is I was shown this very, very cool little favorites chart for Pokemon. Now, something like this has existed for a long time. Hopefully I can quickly pull up a very common one that people use, the one that people use for types, just to show like, hey, this is my favorite Pokemon of this type. Hang on, I can just pause in OBS. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, favorite Pokemon of each type. This is outdated, so this is not spoiling a lot of what I'm about to do here. In fact, it goes well beyond this, because not only are we talking about favorite types, but we're talking about favorite types from each generation specifically. So, yeah, favorite types of each generation, and you can click on a box here, and boom, you've got all of the available Pokemon. So, favorite normal type from Gen 1, there you go. Don't have to think about it, don't have to go like, oh man, what's in Gen 1 that I really like, because sometimes I forget my own favorites because there are so many freaking Pokemon. And you've got some more down here. Click the shiny chart and turn that Pokemon shiny. Cool. Then you've got other stuff. Favorite regional bird, favorite regional mammal, favorite regional bug, etc. And I think that's really, really cool. And it was even updated for Generation 9, so we got favorite Paradox Pokemon. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just do this because I haven't really I haven't really done anything like this before. I haven't really made a video explaining my favorites. Usually I just kind of post on Twitter. I'm like, here you go. Lol. So yeah, there's also favorite gimmick form. Oh, okay. So Megas, Gigantamax, etc. Wait, what the hell are these? Oh, wait, that was the wrong thing. Okay, never mind. Okay, so you got regional Pokemon and gimmick form. That's kind of interesting. Uh, yeah, only one Mega, no Gigantamax Pokemon from Gen 6. Erasure much? So, yeah, alright, let's just get into this. Favorite normal type. How am I gonna do this? Do I do it by generation or by type? I don't you know what? You know what? Let's go kind of how grid rules usually work, how graphing is supposed to work. You go horizontal first, and then vertical. You have to run before you leap, as the saying goes. So let's go horizontally. We'll go through by each generation, and then nothing. Then we'll be done. All right. So favorite normal type from Generation 1. That's an easy pick for me. Snorlax. Snorlax is one of the best Pokemon of all time. Strong contender for favorite normal type overall. I just freaking love Snorlax. I have a video on Mozilla Fennekin about why Snorlax is the greatest Pokemon ever. Because Snorlax is just funny. Like, it's just this big fat bear that lays in roads and inconveniences people. What a legend. How can you not love Snorlax? Alright, favorite fire type. Um, hmm. Tough. I've always had a soft spot for Arcanine. No, Arcanine's just one of those Pokemon that's always just cool. Like you can never mess with Arcanine. Just a cool mod, I think. Water. Um, I also want to diversify my favorites a whole bunch, so I want to avoid doing like having two Pokemon listed um in the same axis or whatever. So basically, this is to say Lapras is probably my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon overall, but it can also be my favorite Ice type. So you know what? Okay, I'm gonna go with Lapras for Water type, and I'll explain what my favorite Ice type is later on. So favorite Grass type. Oh, you know what? Venusaur. I love Venusaur. I've always been a big Venusaur fan. I think Venusaur is just a cool Pokemon. He's just kind of the underdog in the Pokemon starter race, because he's not on Pokemon Red or Pokemon Blue, and everyone makes fun of him for that. Everyone's like, oh, grass is terrible in Gen 1 and shit like that. It's like, fuck off, you guys. You know what? I love my big fat toad flower guy. He's just cool. All right, electric. Favorite electric type? Um, You know what? Jolteon's always been one of my favorite evolutions, so I'm gonna go with Jolteon. Though not, I don't feel too strongly about that. My favorite ice type, I'm going with Cloyster because Cloyster is really, really fun to use in competitive because of Shell Smash, and it just has this really, really weird stat distribution. Cloyster is just a very, very weirdly designed Pokemon that I don't think they wouldn't have made it that way today, but yeah, he's just kind of a timeless design. Favorite fighting type? I don't really like any of these guys. You know what, Primeape? Because Primeape is me. He gets so angry that he literally dies. That'll be relevant later. Favorite poison type for Gen 1? There is a fucking ton of them. Jesus Christ. Gengar. Wait a minute. We only have one ghost type available, so Gengar is my favorite ghost type. So Nidoking. Nidoking's a cool Pokemon. Although, wait, favorite ground type? Not okay. Sandslash is my favorite ground type out of all of those. I just like Sandslash. Always thought he had a really cool design. Nidoking, same thing. Always a really really cool design. Just a cool Pokemon overall. Favorite flying type? Um, let's see. Let's see. I don't feel super strongly about any of these. What do we got here? All right, I'm gonna go with Scyther. No, you know what? You know what? I'm going with Zapdos. I like Zapdos overall. Zapdos is another Pokemon that I think is really fun to use in competitive, so kind of wins me over with that. All right, favorite Psychic type? Gotta be either Slowpoke or Slowbro. I like both. I really like the Slowpoke line overall. I think it's one of the coolest Pokemon lines in the entire game. Although, you know what? I really like Exeggutor too. Exeggutor is one of those other really, really funny looking Pokemon where it's just like, how did that even get made? I like psychic types in general, because I also like Abracadabra, Alakazam. I don't know. This is tough. I like Mew. Um, I'm just gonna go with Slowbro. You just can't mess with Slowbro. He's just such a fun guy. He's just such a dumpy little idiot. All right, favorite bug type. So I went with Scyther. I've always liked Scyther. Scyther's a cool guy. Rock type. Favorite rock type. Um, you know what? Because of my past friendship with Twitch Plays Pokemon, I'm still friends with a few people in that community. Gotta go with Lord Helix right there. I'm a Helix supporter. Favorite ghost type? Yeah, Gengar. I mean, I kind of couldn't use this for poison type, but honestly, I like Gengar overall. Gengar is just a funny guy. I think the Gengar is supposed to be really menacing, but I think he's just really funny looking. It's just like this big blob with an evil face on it. That's just adorable. I think Gengar's great. My favorite dragon type. Definitely Dragonite because of my playthrough of Pokemon Scarlet, or rather Pokemon Violet. That's the one I had. Um, I had a Dragonite that was on my main team specifically for it was like my main terastallized Pokemon, so it turned into a fire type, and man, did it come in clutch in lots of situations. So I love Dragonite because of Scarlet and Violet. They were dark type. Okay. What in the fuck are these? What the fuck? You got Missing No, Ghost, and then the fossil sprites of Aerodactyl and Kabutops? What even are they? And what the hell is that thing? All right, I'm going with the devil right there. Uh, and Steel, Magnemite or Magneton. I like Magneton. Magneton's kind of fun. Like of all of the Pokemon from Gen 1 that are just base form but with more heads, Magneton makes the most sense because it's a magnet. So it evolves by becoming more magnets. They just stick together. That's just funny. Fairy, favorite fairy type. I kind of like Clefable, kind of like Jigglypuff as well. Jigglypuff is one of those, classic Pokemon that is just funny. It's just funny. It sings people to sleep and then beats the crap out of them and draws marker on them. So yeah, Jigglypuff wins. All right, favorite starter overall. Like I said, Venusaur's my favorite, so I'll go with Bulbasaur. Favorite gimmick form. These are really nice sprites. Who made these sprites? Good job. Really cool. Um, this one's This is tough. I don't really know if I love. You know what? No, 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 no. Mega Beedrill. Mega Beedrill is just so sick, dude. I love that thing. My favorite legend. Um, I already used Zapdos for my favorite flying type, so I'm gonna continue avoiding double dipping as long as possible, and then just go with Mew. Then favorite overall. Oh wow! Okay, so it actually, so this took from all of the past, all of my selections. Cool. I'm gonna go with Snorlax. Snorlax is my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon overall. Even though I kind of said that for Lapras, but I meant Snorlax actually. So that's Gen 1. There we go. And then Gen 2. Favorite normal type from Gen 2? We got a few good ones that I really like. Um, kind of like Dunsparce. Kind of like Porygon 2. Kind of like Ursaring as well. Kind of like Miltank. Kind of like Smeargle. Um, hmm. I really have to think about this. None of these Pokemon are like fun to use competitively or even in game. Um, so yeah, I guess I'll go with Ursaring. No, not even Ursaring. Teddiursa. Teddiursa looks kind of cute. Ursaring's just a bear. Kind of boring, honestly. And I have a bit of a story where I played Pokemon Crystal, and in that game, you can actually get Teddiursa in Dark Cave, but it runs away when you see it. So you either have to catch it immediately, like first try, first turn with one Pokeball, because you can only have Pokeballs at that point. Um, but that's really risky because Teddiursa has a very, very low spawn rate. So what I had to do is I had to train up a Ghastly all the way into like level 13, which keep in mind, this is Gen 2, so you get really, really low experience points in Gen 2. This took me an hour or two just to get Ghastly leveled up to the point where it can learn Hypnosis. But the thing is, not only did like I could teach it Hypnosis, but it didn't have any attacking moves because it only had Lick, which doesn't work on normal types. I forgot what else I had to do, but it was really, really difficult getting Teddiursa in Crystal. At least, before the first gym or around the first gym. That's what I'm trying to say. So, but I put in a lot of effort to do that. So anyway, favorite fire type. I've always liked Houndoom. Always thought Houndoom was a really cool looking Pokemon. So yeah, that's my pick. Favorite water type. This is a no-brainer. Totodile. Totodile is my first ever Pokemon because I played Pokemon Silver as my first game, and I picked Totodile. I don't know if I had any reason for that. I just kind of picked that. Yeah, I just maybe thought it was the coolest looking one. Alright, favorite grass type. Bayleaf. Bayleaf is one of the coolest middle evolutions of all time. It's a shame that Meganium is really, really boring looking, and I don't like Chikorita either. Like this is one of one of the weakest designed starter lines, but Bayleaf is really, really good. So yeah. Favorite electric type. Chinchou, Lantern, Pichu, Mareep, Flaffy, Ampharos, Elekid, Raikou. Hmm. Hmm. I think I'll go with Ampharos. Yeah, I don't have any strong feelings about these. You know what? You know what? No, you know what? I'm going with Chinchou because I think Chinchou is a really cool and unique Pokemon, and I love its cry. At least in the first few gens before they, redid all the Pokemon cries. I don't know what it sounds like now, but I love that like weird 8-bit growl or whatever it sounds like. Really cool. All right, favorite ice type. Sneasel. Always thought Sneasel was a pretty cool Pokemon. And yeah, I could say more, but it would be a long story, so let's just move on. Favorite fighting type, Hitmontop. Hitmontop's cool. He's upside down. Look at him. He's a spinning top. But he's a guy who kicks. That's funny. Favorite poison type. I really like Crobat. Crobat's a cool Pokemon. Favorite ground type? Man, there are some bangers in here. Quagsire, Woopa, Donphan, Phanpy. I like Steelix too. Like all these are good. I think the only one I don't like is Gligar. And you know what? I don't care for the Swinub line either. So yeah, this is really tough. This is really tough. Go with Woopa. You really can't go wrong with Woopa. Favorite flying type? Alright, Skarmory. Skarmory is an awesome freaking Pokemon. Like its wings are swords. Like it's a steel bird with sword wings. It's got wings made out of swords. How can you mess? You don't mess with Skarmory, okay? You don't want any of that. Our favorite psychic type. Honestly, I've always really liked Xatu. Xatu is just one of those really weird Pokemon that I think embodies a psychic type well. It's just a very weird creature. And another Pokemon with a very memorable cry in the early games. I love that thing. I don't know if my microphone picked that up. I have some noise cancellation going on, so maybe that didn't come through at all. Favorite bug type? Scizor. No brainer right there. Scizor is one of the coolest Pokemon ever. It's great because Scizor is a Pokemon that it's really hard to get in game. It's one of the very few Pokemon I could never get for myself on cartridge. And I had like 200 Pokemon in my file of Pokemon Silver. I got like everything that I could get without having to trade anything. So, yeah. I think like Scizor is one of those Pokemon that a lot of people might not know about too much, but it's had a really strong life in competitive. And I think that's kind of carried its popularity into the modern day. Scizor was just really cool. Favorite rock type? Tyranitar. Tyranitar, another really awesome Pokemon. Hard to get on cartridge again because it's only available in like Mount Silver. So you're already like done with the game. You're already thinking about putting the game down and never touching it ever again. And then it's like, oh hey, here's this new Pokemon that you're never gonna get to use in the game because you already fought all the trainers. Lol. But Tyranitar is really cool, and that also got better as time went on because like it was the one Pokemon that got the permanent Sandstorm ability at first. So yeah, it's pretty sick. Favorite ghost type? Alright, I guess we're picking Misdreavus because there's no other ghost type. Favorite dragon type? We're going with Kingdra because there are no other dragon types. Favorite dark type? Alright, so I already picked Sneasel, I already picked Hound, and I already picked Tyranitar, but that's fine because I would have picked Umbreon anyway. Umbreon, one of the greatest Pokemon ever made. I just love it. Just this black dog with the yellow ring. Just super iconic. Actually, how do we turn shiny? Oh, okay, there we go. I figured it out. Cool. Got shiny Umbreon with the blue rings. That's just an amazing design. That's just so cool. Favorite steel type? Ooh, wait a minute. I might have to move some stuff around. Let me think. Let me think. Favorite bug type? Okay, I'm going to go with Shuckle for my favorite bug type, and then for Steel in this generation, I'm going with Scizor. Just again, to, add a little bit of diversity. This is probably going to be impossible for some of the lower gens, where we only got like 70 Pokemon for each generation, so we'll see how well this holds up later on. Favorite fairy type? Azumarill. Yeah, no strong feelings about that, yeah. Favorite starter? Feraligatr. Feraligatr is the one Pokemon, or the first Pokemon I ever got to level 100. Did it on Pokemon Silver. Yeah, and that was without an experience share. I accidentally traded my experience share to the NPC who gives you a Dragonair because I'm a freaking idiot. And I was an idiot when I was 10 years old and did that. So that means I just went through the Elite Four many times with just a Feraligatr. Yep, I was, and also that file in general was one of those occasions where I only really used one Pokemon throughout the entire game. So yeah, yeah. All right, favorite gimmick form. You know what? This is where Ampharos wins. Mega Ampharos is majestic. It's beautiful. Yeah. I think that's why I kind of picked Ampharos at first for my favorite electric type. Favorite legendary. Raikou, Suicune, Entei, Ho-Oh, Lugia, Celebi. You know what? We're going to go with Suicune because Pokemon Crystal is the most beautiful Pokemon game physically. Physical Pokemon Crystal is absolutely beautiful. I'm looking at it right now. Translucent blue. Mwah. Beautiful. Gorgeous. My beloved. Favorite overall? That's tough. That's actually tough. I'm gonna go with Totodile. Because Totodile, like I said, it's my first ever Pokemon. Oh, I just realized this is actually cut off. Hang on. Let's zoom out a little bit. Whoopsies. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. I did not know that the last box got cut off until now. But anyway, also Totodile is in a very, very memorable character in the anime because Ash had a Totodile and it was just like I don't know if you could hear that actually. Again, I don't know if the mic actually picked that up or if it maybe perceived it as background noise. But in any case, Totodile in the anime is hilarious. All right, so Generation 3. Favorite normal type? Zangoose. Zangoose is super cool. Loved this guy. Could never catch him because I only had Emerald, and Zangoose is not in Emerald. So that sucked, but I always thought he looked cool anyway. Favorite fire type. We don't have a lot of options, but that's fine. Blaziken is yeah, I think Blaziken is one of the first Pokemon that I ever like stand as a kid because I had Emerald pretty early on. Like I got it for Christmas the year it came out, so 2005, and yeah, when I got Blaziken, I'm like, damn, that Pokemon's so cool. That appealed to 11-year-old me so well, so hard. And yeah. All right, favorite water type. Boy, do we have a lot of water types. One might say too much water, but honestly, I don't feel super strongly about a lot of the water types in Generation 3. Kind of ironic. Like, it has the most water types, but also some of the most forgettable water types. Like, Whiscash sucks. Never really liked Sharpedo. Surskit, which doesn't even evolve into a water type. It's always like, what's the point? Huntail and Clamperl, why do these Pokemon even exist? Relicanth, again, why does it exist? Uh, Ludicolo. Huge L for Scarlet and Violet not doing anything with Ludicolo. What were they thinking? Why is there nothing? Why does Colo not have anything in Scarlet and Violet? Why is it not even available in Scarlet and Violet? Everyone was saying, "Oh man, there better be a Paldean Ludicolo." That just makes so much sense, but no, of course not. All right, favorite grass type. Favorite grass type, Breloom, unless there's something else for fighting. There's no competition for fighting. How about fire? How about ground? Okay. Okay, here's what we're going to do. For fire types, I'm actually going to go with Camerupt. I like Camerupt because there's an old fan fiction called Pedestal that I read as a teenager, like when I was in high school, and I thought it was really, really cool. And in that fan fiction, the main character has a Camerupt. That their starter is a Numel. So yeah. So then we're gonna move Blaziken into favorite fighting type, and then for favorite ground type, I'm going to go with Flygon. Yeah, Flygon's sick. So for favorite grass type, Breloom. I love Breloom, and Breloom is also another major character in Pedestal in that fanfiction. It made me really, really like Breloom, and also around that same time, I was using Breloom in competitive a lot, and Breloom is really, really fun to use in competitive. And I just like the design of it too. Like it's just so weird looking. Like what is it? Like that's just what a Pokemon should be. Just some kind of weird unknown creature. Like some weird forest thing. So yeah, I like it. And it doesn't even look like it's a fighter. That's what's fun about it. All right, favorite electric type. I kind of like Manectric. I don't feel super strongly about it, but that's pretty much the only choice we have anyway. Favorite ice type. Uh, Walrein, I guess. I had a Walrein in Legends Arceus. I think I named it something. Like it was on my team for a while, so yeah, I probably have I have the sheet of like the names because I assigned them ranks and roles in Legends Arceus. I hope someday I can release that playthrough because it was pretty cool. I have to edit it still. Same thing with the Violet playthrough, which at least that one's actually gonna be made because I'm doing the long video on it. Anyway, getting sidetracked. Favorite poison type. Uh, none of them. I'll go with. I'll go with Swalot just because when I was like 10, I just thought Swalot was really rare for some reason. That's the only justification that I don't like any of them. I don't like any of those other ones. That's the only justification I can think of for Swalot. Just that one misunderstanding I had. I thought it was just like this really weird and rare Pokemon. Somehow. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Alright, favorite flying type. I just realized there's probably not. No, okay. Ignore me. Favorite flying type. I'm gonna go with Pelipper because Pelipper was on my Sun and Moon team and had a bit of a character arc where I caught a Wingull and named it Hollow Peak. Uh, Both after Hollow Bastion and Kingdom Hearts, although I don't know why I gave it that name. And then Kiko, from RSE. And then it kept dying. Like it was super weak, and it just constantly died while I was playing through Pokemon Sun. And then finally, I mean, it didn't take that long, but when it evolved into Pelipper, it became really strong because I didn't realize Pelipper got Drizzle in that generation. So that was a big surprise, and yeah, then it became really good. So I named it Radiant Peak again because Radiant Garden in Kingdom Hearts, and Peak Peak key. Man, my brain is freaking fried. All right, Pelipper. Yeah, that's why I like Pelipper. Although I kind of, in a way, I regret catching a Wingull because I didn't know that Wingull would be on every single route of Pokemon Sun and Moon. So yeah, kind of pissed me off when I was seeing it like 8 trials later. Like, oh, cool, we're still running into Pelipper, are we? Anyway, favorite psychic type. Um, there are some bangers here. Some forgettable ones like Grumpig sucks. Um, Chimecho. Why is Chimecho so weak? No one knows why Chimecho is as weak as it is. It's one of the greatest mysteries of Pokemon. Um, hmm. I also want to see because I'm thinking of Metagross, but I also don't want to get rid of what's in my favorite Steel type. I don't think I'm gonna do that though. So I'm gonna go with Metagross for my favorite Psychic type. Yeah, and then favorite Bug type. Oh man, the bugs in this generation sucked, and there are so many of them. Volbeat and Illumise, they both suck. Beautifly and Dustox, they suck. Masquerain sucks. I'll go with Shedinja just because that Pokemon is so bizarre that it's just memorable. Honestly, Shedinja is pretty cool. Like it's just so weird and so unique. To this day, it's like the most unique Pokemon ever. It has 1 HP. It can only be hit by super effective moves. The way you evolve it is you have to have an empty slot in your party and then evolve an Incada. And so, yeah, it's really, really interesting. They were really, really creative with that. So, yeah. All right, favorite rock type? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Okay, favorite psychic type. I'm changing to something else. Because I'm gonna make Metagross my favorite steel type. My favorite rock type is Aggron in Generation 3. I like Aggron. I think it's a cool Pokemon. I've always found it kind of fun to use in the game. So yeah, although I don't actually know if it's good because Steel and Rock is low key a really bad type, but whatever. Um, what do I go with for Psychic? You know what? I'm gonna be that guy. You can have your opinions on this or whatever. You can have your own judgment on this. I'm gonna go with Gardevoir. One of those really really memorable Pokemon that you just never forget. And I usually go out of my way to catch one because it's really really strong in game. So yeah. All right, Ghost type. Oh wait a minute, hang on. No, you know what? Gardevoir is going to be my favorite fairy, so we got to go with something else for psychic. Um, man, man. You know what? I'm going with Latios. Latios, just kind of cool. That's about it. All right, favorite ghost type. Um, all right, well, I already picked Shedinja. I'm gonna go with Sableye, because Sableye is a weird guy. And I caught a shiny Sableye in Scarlet and Violet, so yeah. Couldn't really use it, though, because it's Sableye, and Sableye is bad unless it has Prankster, which it didn't, because Prankster is a hidden ability. Anyway, favorite dragon type. I think I wanted to go with I'm going with Altaria. I love Altaria's design. Just really cool, really memorable, and yeah, I've had it on a couple of in-game teams. Like I had it on my Oraz team, yeah, my Alpha Sapphire team. Although that's because I thought I could get Mega Altaria at some point, and that was not true. It wasn't available until post game, and actually Altaria is really, really weak. So that was a bad idea. Oh well, all right, favorite dark type. Absol. Absol. One of the coolest Pokemon ever made. Just that perfect amount of really, really weird and edgy looking. Like it's edgy looking, but not like ridiculous, like oh the edge kind of looking. Like that's kind of like what Zangoose, excuse me, looks like. Zangoose is just that perfect 2000s Shadow the Hedgehog edge. It's red. It's got sharp claws. It's got like a I don't know. It's got like some zigzag pattern. It's just like really angry and edgy looking. Absol is just like kind of mythical looking almost. Like it just kind of looks strange, but it's awesome. I love it. And another Pokemon with a really really memorable cry, because Generation 3 is when they started to make more, I guess, realistic cries. And yeah, Apple go or whatever it was. Really 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 memorable. Favorite starter. Well, I guess this is where I actually have to double dip because I gotta go with Blaziken. So, yeah. You know what? Let's change fighting to. Oh wait, we can't change to. All right, let's go with. Actually, you know what? This is tough because I actually like Sceptile a lot. I like Sceptile and I like Grovyle. Oh, wait a minute. This is really difficult. Oh, I don't know all of a sudden. You know what? Let's go with Sceptile. Thing is, though, I also really like the gimmick. The gimmick form. I really like Mega Sceptile. I think that's one of the coolest looking megas. Man. Oh man, you know what? No. Mega Absol. I think this is where I have to double dip. I have to say Absol I love, but Mega Absol, like, man, I was so in love with Mega Absol when they first revealed that. I'm like, this is the coolest Pokemon they have ever made. Because again, I loved Absol already, but Now Absol has wings. That's just incredible, dude. All right, so I like Grovyle better than Sceptile. Because Grovyle is more memorable in the anime, and I think just has a cooler design overall than Sceptile. So yeah, but yeah, Mega Absol, one of the sickest Pokemon of all time. Favorite legendary? You know what? Everyone says Rayquaza, and they're right. Rayquaza's cool. Favorite overall? Uh, does Mega Absol count? I guess so, because it's there. So yeah, Mega Absol wins. I just freaking love that thing. All right, Generation 4. Now, this is probably my least favorite generation in terms of Pokemon designs. Whereas I think Generation 3 might be my favorite, even though Generation 3 has a lot of misses. Like it's weird. Generation 3 has a lot of misses, but the good ones are really, really good. So yeah, I'm actually not sure overall what my favorite generation of Pokemon would be. It actually might be Generation 2. Because when I look at Generation 2, it's like, yeah, all these Pokemon are really, really cool. And there are a few that I missed out on, I think. I don't know. Alright, well, let's just get into Generation 4. Favorite normal type? Um, Munchlax. Munchlax is so fun. I love it. It's such a funny little guy. Favorite fire type? Ooh, man. Um, all of these are terrible. I mean, like, terrible. I hate Chimchar. That entire line is just one of the most ridiculous Pokemon lines ever. Heatran is so ugly. Magmortar is a fat clown. You know what? Okay, I'll go with Magmortar just because I remember playing through Soul Silver one time and I traded with myself because I have two DSs. I think I traded between my DS and my 3DS to get a Magmortar. I traded something to Platinum with a Magmarizer and then traded it back, and it was an absolute beast in the game. I absolutely hate its design. But whatever. Favorite water type? I'm gonna go with Empoleon, though this might change. What about Steel? Um, we'll get back to this. Favorite grass type? Yeah, see, I don't like a lot of these either. I'll go with Tangrowth, because Tangrowth was a mainstay in my Legends Arceus playthrough, and it was just really cool. I caught the alpha Tangrowth that you get really early in the game, and just kept using that throughout the whole thing. I named it Tangent. It was fun. Every time, like I kept Ancient Power on it, and every time I said, okay, and now Tangent is going to get the Ancient Power boost, it would happen like every single time. I would just be able to predict it really, really easily. Anyway, Electric, Luxray. Very obviously, Luxray is the best Pokemon because its name is Luxray and it's an edgy lion. Like, this Pokemon was made for me. Like, this was around the time where I started calling myself Lux. It might have honestly been because of Luxray. Like, I'm genuinely not kidding. I think I might have come up with the name, with my nickname of Lux based on Luxray. The nickname is Lux Van. I don't know where the hell the van came from. Uh, that was just 12-year-old me being a Chunibyo or something. But yeah, I just thought that name sounded cool, so I started calling myself that. And to this day, I still say that I'm at least somewhat known by Lux. And yeah, it might be because of Luxray. Luxray is just amazing. Favorite ice type? Gonna go with Weavile. At least for now. Again, maybe I'll change these depending on type variations. So yeah, all right. Favorite fighting type? Gallade is pretty cool. And Gallade just seems to get cooler every generation. It's actually like competitively viable this generation because it got a new ability. And yeah, Gallade was a Pokemon that I really hated when it first came out. Like I remember seeing the Generation 4 Pokemon for the first time and I'm just like, what happened to Pokemon? I was 12 years old or so when I'm just like, this is this is not my Pokemon. These are all terrible looking, except for Weavile and Luxray. But I ended up warming up to Gallade. My favorite poison type. I'm gonna go with Drapion. I've actually kind of thought Drapion looks kind of cool. I don't love it now, but it was one of those Pokemon I liked a lot more as a kid. Favorite ground type? Garchomp. Is there any competition there? Garchomp is just the greatest to ever do it. Favorite flying type? Staraptor. Always thought Staraptor looked pretty cool, and I had a game of Platinum, a file on Platinum, where I caught a shiny Staraptor. I was looking around trying to find a Badoo, because I think Badoo is really rare in that game, and in the process, I instead found a shiny Starly. So that was pretty cool. Favorite psychic type? Azelf. Because my first ever playthrough of Platinum in 2009, I caught Azelf and used it in my party. I named it Lezalf, which I thought was like an anagram of Azelf, but I didn't realize that I added a second L in there. I'm a freaking idiot. And also Azelf is the strongest one of those 3 Pokemon. Favorite bugs? You know what? You gotta go with the... Just, you can't mess with that. It's amazing. Favorite rock type? Man. These are all ugly. You know what? I'll go with Probopass just because it looks so ridiculous. Like, Nosepass is kind of dumb looking, but Probopass is like, alright. They're like leaning into the joke. Like, they understand this Pokemon looks just ridiculous, but they took it to an extreme this time around, and that's just funny. Favorite ghost type? Man, this generation actually had some really fire ghost types. It's really hard to miss with ghost types, honestly, because just in concept, a ghost is going to be cool no matter what. So, yeah. I think I'm going to go with Spiritomb. It's just the most memorable, I think. Favorite dragon type? Man, I already used Garchomp. You know what? I'm gonna go with Gastrodon for favorite ground type. No, you know what? No, I'm gonna double dip on the evolution line. Or maybe, you know what? No, okay. I kind of like Torterra. So I'll go with Torterra there. Favorite dragon type? Garchomp. No question. Favorite dark type? I already used Weavile, so I'm going to go with Darkrai. I think Darkrai is really, really cool. Favorite steel type? Okay, I haven't used Lucario yet. Yeah, I've always thought Lucario was cool. I know it's kind of memed on as like this big furry core Pokemon, but honestly, again, in my childhood, this was one of the few Pokemon of Gen 4 that I actually liked. I also remember before Diamond and Pearl came out when it was just known as Lucario. That's pretty funny, thinking back on it. Alright, favorite fairy type. I only have 2 choices. I'm gonna go with Togekiss. I don't have any strong feelings about that, but it's better than Mime Jr., I guess. Favorite starter? I'll go with Piplup. There's a very, very adorable video about Piplup. Go watch Piplup Step. It's amazing. Favorite gimmick form? Mega Lucario. If you haven't seen the episode of the anime where Mega Lucario just beats the absolute fucking shit out of Pikachu, it's the greatest thing ever. Like, it is the most fucking horrifying fight in all of Pokemon. Like Mega Lucario straight up tries to fucking murder Pikachu, and it's awesome. Favorite legend? So, I've always liked Arceus, because conceptually, Arceus is a really, really cool Pokemon, and that's why I was so stoked for Legends Arceus. Like, I felt like I finally won. Like, oh my god, they're finally doing the thing I've wanted them to do this entire time, to expand on the myth of Sinnoh. And, include Arceus, the creator of all Pokemon, in there. So yeah, I like Arceus. Arceus is cool. And, yeah, so favorite overall from this generation? Garchomp. I know everyone loves Garchomp, but Garchomp is just one of those perfect, amazing designs. It's a blue land dragon. that's also a hammerhead shark. Like it's just amazing. It's freaking genius. All right, Generation 5, definitely one of the oddest generations in terms of designs. I remember very vividly when this game came out, when this generation came out, when the Pokemon themselves were leaked. Man, people were not happy. People freaking hated Gen 5 Pokemon when they first came out. And now here we are in 2023 where people are like, Gen 5 was the best Pokemon game, actually. You know what? I was on that train in 2011. So get out of here, you Gen 5ers. I was here first. Anyway, yeah, I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to go with my favorites. Already, I'm really struggling to think of what I like for favorite normal type. I'll go with Chinchino. It's a cute looking Pokemon. Yeah, favorite fire type. Okay. There are two that are really. There are three that are. You know what? There are four that are really, really strong. I love Victini. I love Chandelure. I love Volcarona. I love Reshiram. I love all of those. So I'm not entirely sure. This is probably gonna be split up a lot. So I think for now I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with Volcarona because I don't know if there are any bug types that I really like in this generation. Aside from that, you know what? Let's just look at this now. What else do we got? Oh, we got Galvantula. I love Galvantula. Do we have what do we have in electric? Okay. Galvantula is my favorite electric type, and then favorite bug type. Why did I say Volcarona should be in fire type when I said I don't have any other favorite bug types this generation? Yeah, I don't really know if I like any of these other bug types. Okay, so Volcarona for bug type. All right, so that leaves us with Reshiram, Chandelure, Victini. So what about Ghost? Okay, Chandelure is definitely my favorite Ghost type out of all of those. What about Dragon? Hydreigon is my favorite dragon in this generation. And how about Dark? I like Bisharp and I like Zoroark. How about Psychic? You know what? I don't really like any of the Psychics in this generation, so Victini's going to be my favorite Psychic type. And then, yeah, and then I think that's going to leave me with Reshiram as my favorite Fire type. Okay. Yeah, that worked out. I got four of the Pokemon in Generation 5 are Fire types. My favorite Water type. Oh, I don't like the water types in this generation. I'm not a fan of Samurott. I kind of like Dewott though. Dewott's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll go with Dewott. Favorite grass type? That's easy. Snivy. The whole Snivy line is amazing. I'll say favorite starter is going to be Snivy, and then favorite grass type overall Serperior. Yeah, I like Serperior because Serperior, when it finally got Contrary in Generation 6, it became a beast in competitive. Like, that was so fun to use. Contrary Leaf Storm was just destroyed stuff. Alright, favorite ice type. Vanillux, because it's called Vanillux. Lol. Yeah, I don't know if I like Vanillux all that much, to be honest, but I don't really like Kyurem or any of the Kyurem forms. So, you know what? I'm gonna go with Vanillux. Stop picking on Vanillux. It's an alright Pokemon. I don't know why people got so mad about an ice cream Pokemon. Like, it's fine, guys. It's okay. Favorite fighting type? Mienshao. Mienshao is pretty cool. It's kind of like Breloom, where it doesn't look like a traditional fighter. It's just kind of weird looking, and it kind of gets you into the design where you're just like, okay, how exactly does that fight? That's very interesting. Favorite poison type? Not a lot of competition. I kind of like Scolipede. Yeah, I think Scolipede is it's pretty strong and pretty cool. Favorite ground type? It'll be Excadrill if I don't have a favorite steel type. Okay, I already kind of know how to work this out, so I'm gonna go with, yeah, Excadrill. Excadrill, cool Pokemon. Favorite flying type. I was a fan of Archeops in Generation 5. Always thought it was like a kind of a cool, weird fossil Pokemon. So yeah, I'll go with that. Favorite rock type? Oh no, I just used Archeops. You know what? Crustle, because in Pokemon Unite, Crustle was one of my favorite Pokemon to use. It was really, really funny. I have a video on Twitter. It's like old at this point. You know what? Let me just go get that for you. uh, Here we go.
They're on Rotom, so. They got it.
Yeah, I got stunned super hard there.
Try and keep James alive.
It's me.
They're just. Go for Pikachu, yeah. Fuck Rotom, go.
Die.
Yep. Crustle, an offensive Pokemon, almost getting a pentakill. That was when I played Unite somewhat competitively with some friends. We didn't get like super serious about it, but we almost did. One of my friends in that group is like legit still playing Unite competitively, at a high level at that. So yeah. So anyway, Crustle was really fun to use. I like that. It really made me think, oh, Crustle's actually a cool guy. All right, favorite dragon type. Oh wait a minute. You know what? Just thought of something. No. Okay. Okay. My favorite dark type is going to be Zora. I like Zora. It's a cute little fox guy. My favorite dragon type is going to be Axew. I've just always thought Axew was a cool looking dragon. I don't love Haxorus. I like Fracture. Fracture is pretty cool, but yeah, Axew's like a really, really great starting design for a cool dragon Pokemon. Oh, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. No, Dark needs to go to Hydreigon. That's why I have Axew in there. And then Steel is going to go to Bisharp. Bisharp is amazing. Love that guy. Fairy type. There's only one fairy in Generation 5. Tiny or Whimsicott. I'll go with Whimsicott. Favorite gimmick form? There's a Mega Audino or G-Max Garbodor. Audino, definitely. The Nurse Audino was really, really cute. And then favorite legend. Oh, that could have used Victini for this one, actually. Or Reshiram for this one. Wait a minute. Do I have any other fire Pokemon? Wait a minute. Why is the Galarian Darmanitan on this? Shouldn't okay, so all of the regional forms go into Generation 6, 7, or 7, 8, and 9? That's a little bit weird. Honestly, I don't know if I agree with that. But I guess it's just because those Pokemon were designed during those generations, so whatever. Alright, let me think about this. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I have strong enough feelings about any of these other Pokemon. No, you know what? No. I can still fix this. Okay. Reshiram going into the favorite legend. Volcarona into favorite fire type. Favorite bug type is going to go to Excelgor. I love that thing. Excelgor is just like really cool Pokemon. And then favorite overall? That's kind of tough actually. Not entirely sure. I think I'm going to give it to... Snivy overall. Snivy is just so lovable and memorable. And I love, again, before the official English names came out, everyone called it Smugleaf. Super fun. So yeah. Alright. Generation 6. Now this is when we got less Pokemon in each generation, so this will be interesting to see what they do. It looks like Megas are included for each type, so I guess that might help a little bit. So yeah, so favorite normal type overall. I don't love a lot of these, personally. I'll go with Mega Kangaskhan, because I think it was really cool that they, gave the little kid, like, a power. Like, it became usable in the game, and it was completely broken and busted. Alright, favorite fire type? Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. Favorite water type? And if you're wondering, hey, why not Fennekin? Don't worry, Fennekin gets a spot as well. There we go. Favorite water type? I really liked Clawitzer. Like, I think that's a really, really cool design for a Pokemon. Just this crab with... Well, actually, it's not a crab, it's a shrimp with this giant, massive claw. And it has a really, really cool... One of the coolest Pokemon cries ever. Alright, favorite grass type. I really like the design of Pumpkaboo and Gorgeist. Maybe those will be Ghost. Because, what Ghost types do we have besides those? Oh, wait a minute. We had Aegislash. Oh, Aegislash was so sick. I'll go with Aegislash for both Steel and Ghost. Maybe that's a thing. Where Steel, Ghost. There was also Hoopa. Man, this is actually really tough with Megas included. Although it's funny that Mega Diancie goes into gimmick form, but none of the others? That's really, really weird. Yeah, this is kind of all over the place now with all these alternate forms and stuff. Favorite legend, I'll definitely give to Yveltal. I really thought Yveltal was a really cool Pokemon when it was first introduced. Favorite overall, I'll say Braixen. Braixen is like my favorite designed Pokemon because it's a magical girl witch. What more do I need to say? That's just amazing. I'm kind of going all over the place here. So here's favorite fairy type. I really like Floette, and I'm going to go with the Eternal Flower Floette, which to this day has not been released, but its file exists. Like, its data exists in Scarlet and Violet, or somewhere. So do Megas. Mega Evolution has, like, data in Scarlet and Violet, so that's pretty interesting. Favorite dark type overall? You know what? I thought Hoopa Unbound was really, really sick. Like, I know it's kind of ugly, but I love how just weird and wild it looks. Favorite dragon type? Goodra. Yeah, I like Goodra. Fool me, please. Alright, favorite ghost type. Kind of going back to this. I'm gonna go with... So wait, this all started from grass. Alright, Go-Goat is gonna be my favorite grass type. Go-Goat is... Literally, it's got goat in the name, so... Yeah, favorite electric type... Heliolisk. No strong feelings about that, but yeah. Favorite ice type. Oh man. All of these suck. All of these suck. I guess Avalugg, just because its stats are weird enough that it has some kind of use competitively. Favorite fighting type. Pancham. Pancham is amazing. Awesome Pokemon. I don't love Pangoro, but Pancham is super cool. Favorite poison type. There are none, except Skrelp and Dragout. I'll go with Skrelp, because that was the first shiny that I got in X and Y. I think I chain fished it, so it doesn't matter too much, but whatever. Favorite ground type. There's either Diggersby or Zygarde. I like Zygarde a lot. I think Zygarde's a really cool legend. Really big shame that they didn't really do anything with it in X and Y. So yeah. Favorite flying type. I think for favorite flying type, I'm going to go with... I was going to say Brave Bird at first, but I'm going to go with Hawlucha instead. Yeah, Hawlucha's cool. Actually, maybe I will go with Brave Bird for favorite flying type. Nah, this is fine. Favorite psychic type. Alright, Esper. Esper was so cool. Esper is one of the best designed Pokemon ever. Favorite bug type? You've got Vivillon. It's actually Vivian, actually. Actually. I just now learned that today because it was said in the live stream for the Pokemon Day. So yeah. Alright, favorite rock type? I'm gonna go with Diancie. Diancie's cool. And the Diancie card in Crown Zenith, the trading card game set, was drawn by the Land of the Lustrous mangaka. So if you've been wondering why the Land of the Lustrous hasn't had a chapter in like a billion years, it's because they're busy doing Pokemon cards now. Alright, now we're finally back to Ghost type. I guess this is where we pay our dues to Gourgeist. Yeah. Or you know what? I'm gonna go with Pumpkaboo. Yeah, Pumpkaboo's better. Because it's called Pumpkaboo, and it's a pumpkin. And it's a ghost type, so Peekaboo, it's funny. Alright, Generation 7. So, we've got... Is Silvally gonna have a... Wow, yeah, you can have 17 Silvally in here, that's funny. Alright, favorite normal type? I'm gonna go with Type Null. I love this thing. Type Null is just ridiculous, but really, really cool in the story. No. Wait. What fighting types do we have? Hang on, I'm thinking. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go with Type Null for fighting. For normal. Sorry, for normal. Yeah, I just like Type Null, and I love Gladion as a character. Gladion's one of my favorite characters in the entire Pokemon series. He's just the coolest guy. Alright, favorite fire type. So, I'll say that my favorite starter overall was Litten. So, I'll go with Litten there. I don't love Litten's evolutions, but I love Litten as a Pokemon. Actually, maybe I should change that. And now let's go with Alolan Marowak, because I think Alolan Marowak is really cool. Favorite water type? Ash Greninja. Get the hell out of here. It pisses me off that Greninja got a cool new form, but not Delphox. Fennekin turned into this stupid, ugly shit fox, while Froakie got the best stuff ever. Whatever. Anyway, I'm not mad, by the way. Alright, so favorite water type? I'm going with Wishy-Washy. Like, Wishy-Washy is such a great concept for a Pokemon. This little small minnow that turns into this giant fish. It reminds me of Finding Nemo. You know, that scene in Finding Nemo with all those fish that just turn into faces. That was really funny. Alright, favorite grass type? Rowlet. Rowlet is my guy. Rowlet is just the... Actually, wait. What do we got for flying types? Oh, wait. Hang on. We gotta change that. Alright. Rowlet is my favorite flying type. Sorry. So now who do we got? You know what? Okay, Rowlet gets to be best flying type? Oh, wait a minute. What about Dragon? Nah, we good. Okay. So, yeah. But Decidueye, I also think is really cool. And Decidueye is a ghost type. That changes everything. So, Decidueye, super cool Pokemon. Love that guy. He's my favorite grass type of the generation. Favorite electric type? I really like Alolan Raichu. I think that is adorable. I love the way it rides on its own tail like a surfboard. I love that it looks like a stack of pancakes. And it has an episode in the anime where it, like, races while carrying a stack of pancakes. It's adorable. Love Alolan Raichu. Ice type. I love both Alolan Sandslash and Alolan Ninetales, and Vulpix. Like they did such a great job with these Pokemon. They are so cool. I think I'm gonna go with Alolan Ninetales, just because I think it's beautiful and majestic. Just a really, really cool Pokemon overall. Favorite fighting type. So favorite fighting type goes to Bewear. Bewear is amazing in the anime. I love the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. It is the peak of all media. And in that series, Team Rocket will be up to doing whatever it is they do, and then just out of nowhere, a Beware will appear and then grab them and run away and take them to their nest. And the way they play around with this, like, it gets increasingly more absurd as the series goes on. Where, sometimes it'll just be like, oh, Beware's just kind of there. Then it'll be like, Beware runs on the water, or like jumps 500 feet into the air and flies through it. It does all this crazy stuff. Beware is just the greatest comic relief character ever. And it's just so stupid. Like, why does it look like that? It's ridiculous. Why is it even a fighting type? I don't know, but it's awesome. I love that. My favorite poison type, I really like Nihilego, because I think not only is it like a really cool and weird design, but I also love using it competitively. Anytime I'm in a draft tournament with some friends, I pick Nihilego because with a really limited pool of Pokemon, Nihilego is able to fulfill a lot of different roles, especially in the early game, because it has Stealth Rock and Toxic Spikes, and it just has this really, really weird stat distribution that this kind of acts as this very unique Pokemon for various purposes. It can be offensive, it can be defensive. Yeah, I love Nihilego. Really fun Pokemon. Our favorite ground type, I'm going to go with Mudsdale, because in Pokemon Ultra Sun, I caught a shiny Mudbray. Actually, you know what? I think I'll go with Mudbray specifically. I don't think Mudsdale looks amazing, but yeah. And the reason why, the thing is, it was funny because I was following this creator who at the time was known as Digibro, and they were talking about Mudbray being one of their favorite Pokemon from Sun and Moon, and they talked about it being really, really strong in the game. So when Ultra Sun came out, I'm like, oh, I'll catch Mudbray. I didn't get it in regular Sun and Moon. I'll try it out this time. And I just happened to get a shiny one, which was awesome. So yeah, our favorite flying type, Rowlet. No change there. Favorite psychic type, Lunala. I like Lunala. I got Pokemon Moon because I thought Lunala was one of the cooler legendaries ever made. So yeah, I say that even though there's actually been great legendaries every single generation. All right, favorite bug type. I'm gonna go with Ribombee. I think Ribombee is adorable and just a great Pokemon, and a really well designed totem fight in Ultra Sun. One of the only good fights in that game, to be honest. Lol, I fucking hate Ultra Sun and Moon. Terrible games. All right, favorite rock type. I want to go with Nihilego again. What else do we got for poison types? All right, I'm gonna go with Salazzle. I think Salazzle's. So there's that. Wait, no. I'm going with Midnight. I'm going with Midnight Lycanroc. I don't love the way it looks, but I had it on my team in my original Sun and Moon playthrough, and I named it Yuko because right when Sun and Moon came out, I had just finished watching Nichijou. And yeah, so I just named my Rockruff Yuko. And it fit really perfectly because something would go wrong at the absolute worst possible time. And every time that would happen, like whenever I was using Lycanroc, that would happen. It's like it would die, it would get a miss. I don't think it would get a miss because it has no guard as its ability. But like something bad would happen to it at the worst possible time. I'm just like, Yuko's just stupid. Because that's a quote from Nichijou. So it was really, really memorable. But it was also really strong because it got Sword Stance and Rock Polish, which are both TMs you can buy at the shop really early on. So this Pokemon was insanely good in my playthrough. And yeah, that was really fun. Alright, favorite ghost type. Two of my favorite Pokemon of all time, both right here. Mimikyu and Marshadow. Marshadow's going to get Ghost. Mimikyu's going to get Fairy. Oh, wait a minute. No, I can't do that. Hang on. Okay. No, I can still salvage this. Okay. In fact, this is fine because I have Decidueye and Rowlet. So, okay. Shiinotic is my favorite grass type. Kind of also because of my Sun and Moon playthrough. Although, honestly, I like Shiinotic because it's a Witch's Cauldron. Like it's a mushroom Pokemon, but like the base of it looks like a cauldron, and then the mushroom head looks like this plume of smoke or whatever, like this smoke cloud of some kind of weird poisonous gas that some witch would concoct or something like that. I thought that was really, really cool. Like a lot of people don't seem to see that. I think it's just a really, really great design. And it's called Shiinotic. So I named it Mayushi Nautic in my Pokemon Moon playthrough. And anyway, it also has the move Strength Sap. It was like the one Pokemon that had Strength Sap in Sun and Moon. So often in key battle, like trials or other story fights, I would have Shiinotic come in and continuously use Strength Sap on a physical attacker. It would always have just enough HP to tank one hit, and then it would use Strength Sap, which heals HP according to the opponent's attack stat, which would mean that it would actually fully heal whenever it used this, and then lower attack. And I do this like 4 times to get their attack super, super low, and then bring in Lycanroc to do the double dance setup. But again, sometimes that would fail because Yuko is just stupid. Yeah, so yeah, I love Shiinotic. Really fun Pokemon to use in game. All right, so favorite fairy type, Mimikyu. Mimikyu is one of the greatest Pokemon ever designed. Like this is such a genius use of Pokemon's world, where Pikachu is a really, really popular Pokemon. Like they make that fact about the general world into the Pokemon world. Like it's like a meta commentary on Pokemon itself. Pikachu is really, really popular. So there's a Pokemon that is so horrifyingly ugly that anybody who sees it dies instantly. So what it does to get away from that is it puts a sheet on itself and draws a Pikachu face on it. So that people will get close to it because they'll think, oh look, Pikachu. Which, like, that's not only genius in and of itself, but that's just such a great way of making a bedsheet ghost Pokemon. Like, that's something that a lot of people have been wanting to happen. Like, oh, why doesn't Pokemon have like a normal ghost type that's just a bedsheet? It's just a bedsheet ghost. Well, they did it for Mimikyu, and it's so brilliant. It's absolutely genius. Just one of the coolest Pokemon designs ever. Like, honestly, Mimikyu is probably my favorite Pokemon outside of the Fennekin line. It is literally that good for me. Alright, favorite dragon type. Alolan Exeggutor. Like, what can I say? This guy is just hilarious. I love it. Also had the best memes of all time. Like, all of the Exeggutor memes in 2016 were hilarious. I still have some of them saved. Favorite dark type? I'm going to go with Alolan Muck. Alolan Muck is just cool and weird. I love that it's colorful. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go with that. I was about to say maybe Incineroar, because I actually kind of like Incineroar. I didn't love its design when I first saw it, but then I got to play it in game, and when you take it into Pokemon and me, it has like really cool expressions that made me warm up to it. Like, oh, this is a cool Pokemon. It has personality, so I like that. But you know what? Alolan Muck is just a really strong design, I think. All right, favorite Steel type. I get to use Alolan Sandslash. I will use that. I love Sandslash already, but Alolan Sandslash is just awesome. Favorite gimmick form? Well, I already used basically all the best ones. I'll go with Alolan. You know what? I'll go with Alolan Ninetales because I think I like Alolan Vulpix better as a design. So, yeah, there we go. Favorite legend? Lunala. Although I already used Lunala, so... Okay, I'll go with Lunala, and then I'll swap this with Tapu Lele, because I also like Tapu Lele. Tapu Lele is definitely the best Tapu. And then favorite overall? Definitely Mimikyu. Although I love Marshadow. Marshadow is like top 10 favorite Pokemon designs ever. I love it. So yeah. I just love that it's this small little ghost guy. It kind of reminds me of Mew, where it's like, you wouldn't think that a legendary Pokemon would be so simple and so cute looking, but that's what Marshadow is. I love it. Alright, now we get to Generation 8. I still have not played Sword and Shield, so I don't have particularly strong attachments to these Pokemon, although this does include This does include Legends Arceus Pokemon, so that might help a little bit, because I love Legends Arceus. So I'm gonna go with Hisuian Zoroark as my favorite normal type, because I think that's just an awesome looking Pokemon. Favorite fire type? I am going with... Let me think about this. Okay. I'm going to go with Typhlosion. Hisuian Typhlosion is awesome. Like they fixed Typhlosion this generation. They finally gave him a cool looking in-game model, because everyone, always memes on how Typhlosion just looks terrible in game. It just kind of stands there, not really doing anything. So this one, it's got its fire out, but it's like Ghost Fire. Infernal Parade is one of the coolest moves ever. So yeah, I love Hisuian Typhlosion. Alright, favorite water type. You know what they say. You can't outvish the fish. Draco Vish, the goat. Favorite grass type. I really like Flapple. Flapple is just the funniest Pokemon design ever. It's the worm inside the apple. That's what it is. And it's somehow a dragon type. Because, it's a worm. WYRM. Genius. Just genius. Alright, favorite electric type. Toxtricity. Definitely. Toxtricity is one of the coolest Pokemon ever. I love that it reminds me of like a PS2 mascot character. Like, it looks like something that would coexist in the time of Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and Spyro the Dragon, although I think that's a little bit earlier. Sly Cooper, it reminds me of that. Like, it doesn't look super kid friendly, kind of like Mario did or any of the other Nintendo mascots. It would be kind of edgy looking, but also it makes guitar and bass noises with its chest strings. Like, that's just amazing. It's just such a freaking cool Pokemon. I love it so much. Favorite ice type? I am going to go with Ice Monkey. Ice Monkey. Galarian Darmanitan. I love just how ridiculous this... Actually, no. Zen Galarian Darmanitan. The Fire Snowman thing. Yeah, we finally got a fire and ice type. And it's just awesome. I freaking love it. Favorite fighting type? Phalanx. Love this guy. I love these little dudes. This little row of these weird orb Pokemon or whatever you want to call them. They're just so funny looking. So yeah. If I ever play Pokemon Sword, I am definitely catching a Phalanx and keeping it in my party forever. Alright, favorite poison type. Well, I already used Toxtricity. I think I'm gonna go with Galarian Slowbro. Yeah, because I like Slowbro and I like the regional form of it as well, so that's cool. Favorite ground type. I don't really like any of these. I don't think. Runerigus, I guess. Or Galarian Stunfisk? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Runerigus, I guess. No strong feelings about that. Favorite flying type? Corviknight. Not much of a competition there, but Corviknight is pretty cool. Favorite psychic type? Man, there are not a lot of good psychic types this generation. I'll go with Shadow Rider Calyrex because I really like playing that deck in the TCG. So, yeah. You would think Indeedee, or not Indeedee, Hatterene would be my favorite Pokemon because it's a Witch Hat Pokemon, but it's a terrible looking Witch Hat Pokemon. It's got the pointy hats. I don't like that. I don't like pointy Witch Hats. Do it right next time. My favorite bug type, I really like Frostmoth. I think the design of this Pokemon is really cool. Favorite rock type? I'll go with Hisuian Growlithe. Yeah, because I like Arcanine. I don't love Hisuian Arcanine. It's too dark looking, but Hisuian Growlithe is a good boy. Favorite ghost type? I like Dragapult. Dragapult is a cool. Actually, no. Oh, I like Poltegeist as well. I also like Corsola. Like Corsola, I love that thing. The dead Corsola that like mutates or whatever. I think that's just awesome. I don't know. That's tough. You know what? I think I will go with Corsola because I've wanted a Corsola evolution forever and ever, and this was such a weird way of doing it that yeah, I appreciate that. Favorite dragon type? Hisuian Gudra. Hisuian Gudra was a mainstay on my party in Legends Arceus. Favorite dark type? What do we got here? Not entirely sure. Honestly, don't particularly love any of these. I'll go with Galarian Moltres. It looks pretty cool. Favorite steel type? My favorite steel type, I think I should actually give this to, hang on, what do we got for flying types? Basically nothing. There's not a lot. Now, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go with Cramorant because Cramorant is just plain funny. And then Corviknight gets the steel type. Yeah. In that Pokemon Unite group that I was talking about earlier, there was someone who was a Cramorant main and was like really, really good at playing Cramorant. Like, Cramorant in Pokemon Unite is a very, very unorthodox Pokemon. Like, it's not very easy to use, but yeah, a friend of mine just stuck with it and got really, really good at playing Cramorant, so it kind of became a meme in our group. We would just post this picture of Cramorant just because it looks funny. It's just such a funny looking guy. All right, favorite fairy type. I don't know. I'll go with Alcremie. Yeah, I think Alcremie is a pretty cool design. I don't love it, but it's all right. Favorite starter? I have no particular attachments to any of them, to be completely honest, because I didn't really play this. I guess I'll go with Typhlosion. Galarian or Hisuian Typhlosion. So yeah. Do we have any other fire types? There's Growlithe. What about rock types? We got any rock types? I don't think I love Cleavor, so I think I might just leave everything as is. Yeah. Wait, what about ice types? I could use Frostmoth for that. Any bug types? I'm really trying, guys. I am absolutely doing my best. No. Frostmoth is the only ice type I like in that. Bug types rather. Ice types. Yeah, I don't like any of these, so I guess I'm just stuck with all these the way they are. Oh well, okay. Double dip on that. Favorite gimmick form. I don't like Gigantamax. I thought that was such a stupid thing. So yeah, none of those. I'll go with Galarian Sirfetch'd because I'm glad they finally evolved Farfetch'd, and it looks kind of cool. Wait, that's not Galarian. That's not Sirfetch'd. That's just Farfetch'd. Galarian Farfetch'd. Does Sirfetch'd not count? I guess not. Dang it! This is so difficult. This is a great analysis, isn't it, guys? Use Hisuian Zoroark already. Weird how the alternate Dialga and Palkia aren't on here, honestly. I'll go with Alcremie. This is the only Gigantamax form that I think looks good. All the others are just like, oh look, they're big now. Wow, isn't that amazing? So dumb. All right, favorite legendary. Favorite legendary? I don't know, honestly. I thought the origin forms of Dialga and Palkia looked terrible. I'll go with Regidrago for no reason other than I like playing in Pokemon TCG. That's it. And then favorite overall, yeah, I don't like having any strong favorites from this generation. Again, probably doesn't help that I didn't really play it. Toxtricity. That's like the one Pokemon I really love from Sword and Shield. Plus Legends. Although Legends is a fantastic game. Alright, Generation 9. Now, this one, honestly, Generation 9 is one of the strongest batches of Pokemon overall. Like, Generation 9 has lots of bangers, very few misses. I think Squawkabilly is a miss. Like, this Pokemon sucks. Screw this guy. But that's about it. In fact, really tough to choose right away because I love Mousehold and Dunsparce. Both of these Pokemon are awesome. But I gotta go with Mousehold because Mousehold was, a mainstay on my team. So, yeah, gotta give it to them. Favorite fire type? Lots of good ones. I love Ceruledge. I love Iron Moth. I love Chi-Yu. I'm gonna give it to Ceruledge though. Like, Ceruledge was one of those Pokemon that made me want to pick Violet over Scarlet. Favorite water type? This is actually the one where I think there aren't a lot of particularly great ones. I'm gonna go with Palafin because the way it turns into the hero form, that's just hilarious and awesome. So yeah. Favorite grass type? Arboliva was, again, another mainstay on my team. Had this insane character arc in my Violet playthrough that I really hope I get to share with you someday. Because it was amazing. I want to say this. I posted the screen cap of my team after I beat the champion. My team had one Pokemon remaining with 1 HP, and that Pokemon was Arboliva. Arboliva won with 1 HP, and it was my last Pokemon. That's how I beat the champion. It was the most insane moment I've ever had in any Pokemon game. I had the most freaking psychotic freak out ever when that happened. So yeah, and it's recorded. It will be available someday. All right, favorite electric type. So I didn't love the design of Palmot, but I kind of kept it in my party for a little bit to just help out for a little bit. And yeah, it ended up being a Pokemon I kind of liked. So yeah. Favorite ice type. I don't know if I really like any of these. Baxcalibur looks lame. And then the Pokemon with the fang mouth or whatever, the sword sticking out of it. Eh. I'll go with Iron Bundle. Because it's cool they finally did something with Delibird. It's good to know that someday, millions of years in the future, Delibird will eventually be a useful Pokemon. Favorite fighting type? Gotta go with Iron Valiant. This thing is just so freaking sick. How can you hate it? It's a Mecha Gallade with a lance. Just awesome. Favorite poison type? I really like Revavroom. I think that is such an interesting idea for a Pokemon. Like they made a car Pokemon, but in like a weird, cartoony sort of way. So I like it a lot. Favorite ground type? Paldean Woopa. I don't love Clodsire. I'm sorry. I'm like the one guy who kind of saw Clodsire and was like, oh, that's it. No thanks. It was one of the first, like, Paldean Woopa was one of the first Pokemon that I caught, and then once it evolved to Clodsire, I'm just like, I'm good. Boxed it forever. My favorite flying type, Flamigo. I love this guy. This thing is so funny. It's like a lawn ornament flamingo. It's hilarious. Love it. That was another Pokemon that I caught early on, but I actually kept using it throughout the game. Favorite psychic type? I don't know about this one, actually. I don't really have much of an attachment to any of these. I guess I'll go with Rabsca, because it's just so weird. Like, this is a Pokemon that's so weird that I went out of my way to find out how to get it, because I'm just like, I want to know what the hell this thing is. So, yeah. Favorite bug type? Oh, man. Yeah, you know what? They missed with bug types this generation. Can I go back to Psychic? I'm going to go with Espathra for my favorite Psychic type, and then Rapscott for favorite Bug type. Favorite Rock type? I'm going to go with Knacklestack, the middle evolution. I don't like Garganacl, but it was a mainstay on my team. It was one of my 4 Pokemon. But I like the Minecraft guy a lot better than his final evolution. Ghost. Favorite Ghost type? I'm gonna go with Annihilate. I love that they finally followed up with the Sun and Moon Pokedex entry for Primeape, where it said that it gets so angry that it dies. It finally happened. Primeape died. It was just so funny. Alright, favorite Dragon type? I'm gonna go with Miraidon, because it's called Miraidon, and I thought it was just a kind of a cool looking Pokemon. I named it Nikki. Miraidon. Nikki the Miraidon. Haha, how funny. Favorite Dark type? I'm gonna go with Wo-Chien. Live Wo-Chien reaction, because this is such a weird looking Pokemon. It kind of made the rest of the legendary quartet disappointing, because it's by far the weirdest looking one. Like, when I saw this thing, I'm like, oh my god, what in the world is this thing? Like, it looks really, really weird, and that's just kind of what I think legendary Pokemon should be like. They're really complex and just strange looking. Like, how does this thing even exist? Like, it's something beyond your wildest imaginations, but unfortunately the rest didn't really live up to that. Alright, favorite Steel type? This is a no freaking brainer. Tinkaton the Goat. Unless there's another Fairy type. I do like Iron Valiant. Alright, no. Tinkaton's going to be favorite Fairy type. And then for favorite Steel type, actually, hang on. I might have to rework this, because Revavroom and Poison type. I think I'll leave that as it is. Yeah, okay, and then Goldengo will be Steel type. Yeah, I like Goldengo. I like this guy. He's really, really fun because he has a move that just acts as payday. So I've been using him a lot for money grinding in post-game, and it's great. Alright, but Tinkaton, best Fairy type, one of the best Pokemon ever created. Tinkaton was one of the very few Pokemon. I did my absolute best to go into Scarlet and Violet blind, and Tinkaton is one of the very few Pokemon that I saw before playing it. It was one of the very, very few leaks that I just happened to see. And immediately I'm like, that is the greatest Pokemon design ever. I need this immediately. And I was so excited when I finally caught it. And I even posted a video of like my reactions to it when I first saw it, and seeing it use Gigaton Hammer. The fact that it has a move is just this insanely overpowered move, and its lore is so great. The fact that it just like chucks rocks in the sky to hit Corviknight, which a lot of people say that this thing is supposed to kill Corviknight. There's nothing that says that Tinkaton kills Corviknight. It's just really fucking annoying to it. That's what I think makes it even funnier. Like, people post that meme of like, oh, Tinkaton bullies Corviknight but gets walled by it. Like, no. Tinkaton just is really, really annoying to Corviknight. That's the thing. That's what's so funny about it. Yeah, it's just great. It's just so funny. It's just this little elf holding a comically massive hammer, and it's just hilarious. And then when you take it into picnics and it sleeps on the hammer, oh my god! Few Pokemon have ever brought me as much joy as Tinkaton. It is the greatest freaking thing ever. By the way, the person who designed Tinkaton also designed Mimikyu, Hisuian Growlithe, and Mousehold. These were all designed by the same person, Megumi Mizutani. The greatest freaking person ever. So, yeah, every generation we're going to get one or two Pokemon designed by Mizutani, and they are going to be the greatest Pokemon ever. I freaking love that person. So, yeah. Alright, favorite starter, I picked Sprigatito. Unfortunately, its evolutions are terrible. I hate its evolutions. God, Meowscarada is just no. It's just a persona. Like, Scarada is literally just a persona. It's so bad. Like, Pokemon have kind of had that for some others. Cinderace was another one that I thought was just like way too furry core and furry core. And it just sucks that it keeps happening to my favorite starters. Like that happened to Fennekin, although you could say that happened to Braixen. Braixen is furry core, but you know what? It's imaginative. It's unique. Incineroar is just a guy, and Meowscarada is just like the worst one ever. It's just terrible. I hate that thing. Gimmick form. Favorite gimmick form. Paldean Woopa. I love that little guy. You know what? Maybe I'll change ground type for something. You know what? I'll leave it. I'll just leave it as it is. Paldean Woopa gets 2 nominations here. Favorite legendary? Honestly, Wo-Chien. This thing's just so weird. I love it. And then favorite overall, it's really close because I love Maushold so much. Like that's just such a genius Pokemon. It's just 4 mice. like sometimes the simplicity makes it better. Like just the fact that it's these 4 small mice. That's just so funny. Yeah, but yeah, I love Maushold, but Tinkaton is just the greatest. Just so freaking cool. Like I think my top 3 is like a 1A, 1B of Fennekin and Braixen, then Mimikyu number 2, Tinkaton number 3. Although even then, Tinkaton might be higher than that. Tinkaton might be number 2. It's just so cool. I just love that freaking Pokemon. Alright, so now we have favorites for each of these. Favorite of all of these types. Alright, so favorite normal type? Gonna give that to Maushold. Like, it was Snorlax for a long time, but Maushold, man. You don't want to get... Look, you have to put Maushold in as your favorite normal type, because you don't want to deal with a technician population bomb, alright? Favorite fire type? Pfft, get out of here. Favorite water type? I'm still going to give this to Totodile, just because of the attachment I have to that Pokemon. Favorite grass type? This is actually kind of tough. It's either Arboliva or Serperior. Like, I love Arboliva. I think that's such a cool design. And also, I just had a great experience using it in game. But also Breloom as well. Ooh, man. And Shiinotic. Man, I didn't realize I had so many grass types I was like super attached to. I don't want to be hit by recency bias, and just say Arboliva right away. Like all of these Pokemon, except maybe Go-Goat and Bayleaf, I have really strong attachments to. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Breloom, just because Breloom's so unique. Favorite electric type? Toxtricity. Yeah, love that guy. Favorite ice type? Favorite ice type? I'm not sure. I don't have super strong feelings about any of these. I think I'm gonna go with Weavile. Yeah. Favorite fighting type? Alright, favorite fighting type? Oh, I wish I could use Breloom for this. I wish I could use Breloom for this and then use, like, Arboliva or Serperior for grass. I think I might go with Beware. Yeah. Just because Beware is so funny. Alright, favorite poison type. Favorite poison type is going to go to... Ooh, I don't have strong feelings about this, actually. It would actually probably be Venusaur if that was eligible. I think I'll go with Nihilego. Favorite ground type. Favorite ground type is going to be... Ooh. Garchomp. I wish I could use Garchomp suddenly. Okay. This has been a predicament. The way I've organized this has actually made this challenging, because now I don't really have any that I'm super strongly attached to. So I think I'll go with Excadrill. Alright, favorite flying type? Skarmory. That's a pretty easy one for me. I love Skarmory. Favorite psychic type? Favorite psychic type is going to go to... it's going to go to Esper. Esper undefeated since 2013. Favorite bug type? Favorite bug type overall? I'm going to give that to... Wow, I suddenly don't love a lot of these. I'll give it to... Scyther. Scyther? No, Ribombee. Yeah, Ribomb's the best one out of all those. Favorite rock type. Favorite rock type overall is Tyranitar. My favorite ghost type is going to be Marshadow. My favorite dragon type, Garchomp. Yeah, Garchomp. Favorite dark type. That's gonna be Hydro. No. Absol or Umbreon. You know what? I'm gonna say Umbreon because we'll use Mega Absol later. So favorite steel type. That's going to be Aegislash. I love Aegislash. I loved using that in game. Like X and Y is another game that I tried to go into blind, and I had no idea Aegislash existed. I just caught Honedge because I thought Steel Ghost would be super strong, and yeah, when I got a Duskstone and evolved Double A to Aegislash, just seeing it use stance change in the game, like Pokemon had never had an ability like that before. That was mind blowing when I first saw it. It was insane. It's also just a cheat code because the AI has no idea how to deal with Aegislash. So anyway, you're a fairy type, man. Oh no. Oh, what have I done? No, I have to decide between Mimikyu and Tinkaton? Wait a minute. We have to change this. I can't do this. No. Oh, I don't get rid of Marshadow. Oh my god, what has happened? How did this happen? Oh, this is like the toughest decision ever. Oh no. For now, oh my god, I can't believe this. Mimikyu or Tinkaton. Like I said, either my second or third favorite Pokemon of all time right here. Damn. I didn't realize I would have to do this. Honestly, I'm going to go with Mimikyu. Just because Mimikyu Mimikyu wins out by being great in the long term. I love Mimikyu in the game and in like the lore, but also the anime made Mimikyu really, really great. So yeah, Tinkaton has a disadvantage by just not being quite so great so far. Favorite starter? Fennekin. Come on. Favorite gimmick form? This is where we have Mega Absol come in. There we go. Mega Absol. Favorite legend? I actually have no idea what my favorite legendary is. I give it to Yveltal, just because I have such strong attachment to Pokemon Y. Favorite overall? Favorite overall? What should it be? My favorite overall? Let's just say Fennekin. Fennekin, number one. Fennekin, top one. Fennekin, undefeated. Let's go. Alright, so, team. Click a team box and a Pokemon from the grid to assign it. Okay. So, like that? Okay. So, we got Garchomp on there. We're going to have Tinkaton on there. We're going to have Braixen on there. We're going to have Mousehold on there. We're going to have Skarmory on there. And we're going to have Marshadow on there. This is probably not a very good team. You know what? I just kind of thought about that randomly. So, not going to worry about it too much. And you know what? Hang on. Click on the shiny charm and then make that Fennekin shiny. Just because it's number one. Yeah. Alright, favorite regional bird. We still have a few to go, so let's knock these out. Favorite regional bird, I'm going to say, you know what? I think it's going to be Rookidee. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, Rookidee, Corvisquire, Corviknight. Just pretty cool. Favorite regional mammal. I don't really particularly love any of these. I guess I'll say Zigzagoon because I remember using that in my first run of Emerald briefly though. And Linoon's like okay. I just have a lot of nostalgia for Gen 3 more than like any other game. All right, favorite regional bird or favorite regional bug. I'll go with Venipede because Venipede actually evolves into something useful. Favorite pseudo legend? That's going to be Garchomp. Garchomp is just amazing. Favorite Pikachu clone? Mimikyu! That one counts? Awesome. Favorite evolution? Gigantamax Eevee. No, it's going to be Umbreon. Pretty easy. Favorite fossil? Dracovish. You can't outvish the fish! Favorite regional form? This one's actually kind of tough. It might be Alolan Exeggutor, just because that's so unique and stands out so much. Favorite Gigantamax? Freaking none of them, bro. Alcremie. Favorite box legendary? Already covered that. Favorite mythical? Victini, I think? No. Marshadow. I'm sorry. I forgot about Marshadow. Favorite Ultra Beast? That's going to be Nihilego. Favorite Paradox Pokemon? So I picked Miraidon as my favorite, but it's kind of hard to see it as just a mythical. I also have Iron Valiant, so never mind. I forgot that I picked Iron Valiant as my favorite for one of the types. Favorite type? So I'm an edgy guy. I personally love dark type Pokemon, but I think Ghost has been like the strongest conceptually in Pokemon and has just consistently had so many amazing designs over the years. And favorite Pokeball? It's gotta be the Luxury Ball. What can I say? So, yeah. Now render image. Open image in new tab. Okay, there we go. That's my completed thing. That's my full Pokemon favorite thing. I hope you enjoyed watching this or listening to this or whatever. This is almost 2 hours long. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, thanks a lot for that. And I'll see you in whatever else I decide to do later on. So yeah. Goodbye.